Hi, John Park here. In this video, you will learn how to play the major scale in any key. But to do this, you must have mastered the lessons from the previous sessions. You should have learned the intervals between the notes of the C major scale. You need to be able to find all of the notes on a guitar fretboard. And finally, you need to have mastered the three shapes of the C major scale that I shared with you last time. To get you started in this lesson, we need to learn how to read musical notation. For guitar, this is in the treble clef. 5 lines and spaces, one for each note of the scale. The lines are E, G, B, D, and F. The notes in between are the easiest to remember: F, A, C, and E. When we lay out the notes of the C major scale in the order that we play them, they look like this. For this exercise, we need to start by reminding ourselves where the C notes are on the guitar fretboard. You use them to find the 3 colour-coded shapes and where to play them. I'm hoping that you noticed that these colour-coded scale shapes follow a definite pattern on the neck. The blue shape on the 6th string fits perfectly with the green shape on the 4th string. If we play these one after the other, we can complete 2 octaves of the C major scale in one simple scale shape. The same is true with the next shape. You know that any note on the 6th string can be found 5 frets lower down on the 5th string. So the C on the 8th fret of the 6th string appears on the 5th string on the 3rd fret. I'm hoping that you also noticed that the blue scale pattern here links perfectly with the yellow shape starting on the 3rd string. If we play these together, we can play the same scale notes we played with the blue and green patterns, but lower down the neck. What is essential is that you don't just learn the shapes. You need to learn the notes that make them up and be able to find them in other places on the guitar neck outside these colour-coded scale patterns. Once you're comfortable with the notes and the intervals of the C major scale, find your own ways to navigate around it on the fretboard. Now we have learned C major, let's try another. Move the shape down 1 fret to the 7th fret. B is blunt, so this scale is B major. This is the root note that we find on the 7th fret of the 6th string. Like before, play the scale across 2 octaves in both positions. Now when we look at the notes we are using, it gets really interesting. B major contains 5 sharps: C sharp, D sharp, F sharp, G sharp, and A sharp. On a piano or wind instrument, this is a really difficult scale to play, but on a guitar, it is really easy. Now move down another fret, and we get to B flat major. Play that in both positions. It contains 2 flats, B flat and E flat. Move down another fret and we get to A major. It has 3 sharps: C sharp, F sharp, and G sharp. After A major, we run out of space because we have no frets below this. So let's go the other way up to D major, 2 frets higher than C major. Because this scale shape spans the high end of the first set of 12 frets and the beginning of the next octave from the 12th to the 24th fret, you can almost cut and paste the notes to the lower end of the guitar neck as well. D major has two sharps, C sharp and F sharp. So with just one shape, you have learned to play in 5 different keys. And because you've learned where the notes are on a guitar, you now begin to understand the scale, the key signatures, and how to read the notes in traditional music notation. But we need to learn another pattern to cover the other scales. Let's move to F major. It starts on the 1st fret of the 6th string. You know that this means we use the blue-green shape to play 2 scale octaves. To find the next shape, an octave higher on the 5th string, we need to move up 7 frets. We play the blue and yellow shape starting on the 5th string. F major contains a B flat. I love this shape as it takes us up the entire guitar neck. I will be using this as the main shape to teach you all of the other scales and modes and how they relate back to this particular major key. I will also show you them in the C position. From these scales, applying what you have learned in this lesson, you should be able to play in any key and any major scale. To finish off, let's move down 1 fret to get to E major. E is blunt, so there is no E sharp. We move from F to E in 1 fret. To play this, we need to use some open strings, but the shape is exactly the same. So there you have it, a simple colour-coded map with 2 scale shapes, C and F, that you can transpose into any major key that you want to. Just remember to learn the notes. That is so vitally important. In the next video, I will show you the chords that you can use to build songs and instrumental melodies with any of these scales. Thanks for watching.